Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lone Cerberus and this is going to be a walkthrough of the hive level on Resident Evil Outbreak. So, if you've been following this particular series, you'll know I'm doing this on Infinite and on Easy mode. This is so that I can easily talk you through the best way to get all the puzzles, all the puzzle solutions, and what's in each room. Now, those of you that follow me streaming know that I absolutely hate the hive and I play on easy anyway. With that being said, although the hive is pretty much a linear scenario, there are a couple of different ways to play it, depending on which character you play. Now, if you play as Kevin or Cindy, there's one way of playing it, one route of playing it. If you play as any other character, there's another way of playing it. So, as I say, the hive is fairly linear, but there are a couple of interesting variations in it depending on the character you play. So, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to play the hive with Kevin, default mode in easy. So this is the hive. This is the level that is set in the hospital from Resident Evil 3. You start off, inexplicably, you start off in this room. You don't get it. It doesn't explain how you get there, you just get there. Oh, I don't know, I've never been able to work out a solution myself. Right, from the very start, I'm just going to put it in high def. From the very start, you have to run towards this door. This cutscene is unskippable.
I apologize if I surprised you. Please, do not be alarmed. I'm a doctor in this hospital. I must say that this hospital is not an ideal place to take shelter. It's not as safe as it may look or sound. I myself have decided to get out of here as soon as possible.
As soon as you gain control of your character, run out of the door. At this particular moment in time, you are free to explore the whole of this floor. Now, depending on the level, depending on the difficulty, will depend on whether there are zombies up here or not. You can go in this room. We have to go into this room later, but you can go into this room. In here, you'll find a couple of documents. So that's a map. There's a memo there that you can read. And the guy that just came into the room is over there. You can't speak to him or anything like that. So whether you pick up the documents or not is entirely up to you. I would recommend it because I believe one of these documents tells you the way out of this level. It does. So you're trying to get down to B2F, which is at the very, very bottom of the hospital. Word of caution for this level: 9 times out of 10, your NPC character, or one of your NPC characters, will be Jim. Jim will not shut up. So you will have to put up with listening to Jim whenever he's on or near screen. I do apologise about that, but there's nothing I can do. Anyway, come into this room here. It's the only other room on this level that you can, on this floor, that you can get into. There are plenty of things to find around here. This diary that you pick up, it actually goes into your inventory. I don't understand why, but it goes into your inventory, and then the file itself is obviously read. You can read it through the file notification. So, should have disposed of that nasty crap much earlier. I got Robert's body as well. Tells you all about it. The key thing that you're looking for here is the fact that they say the ammo in the spare gun is what you're looking for. Obviously, you can read through the rest of the diary. It tells you how he turned. But open up this locker. At the bottom of this locker, there is a gun. As soon as you pick up the gun, the main boss of the level and the stalker enemy of this level will appear. So make sure you've done everything that you want to do before you pick this gun up. I would also recommend having an NPC in this room, but it is entirely up to you. Pick up the handgun. This is the stalker enemy, the boss of this level, or one of the bosses of this level. You cannot kill him with firearms or melee weapons. You just have to run away for now. Run out of that room. Go back to the nurse's station.
What's wrong?
Or the nurse's centre, sorry. In here, turn towards the barricade, and you'll activate this cutscene.
Oh, the bloody elevator isn't working. I'm trying to figure out why. It seems the electricity on this floor is entirely...
Now, for those
supplied by
people
an
that have
auxiliary
played
battery.
Resident Evil 3, you may remember
See
that
if
you
this
need
works.
a voice to unlock the elevator. This is supposed to be that character. Obviously, the voice is completely different, but it's supposed to be that character. Obviously, with that being a leech monster, it is attracted to blood. Unfortunately, his wound started bleeding, which is what caused the attack.
Where?
I would then recommend coming up and over the barricade. Run to this drawer here. Inside, you will find 2 blood packs. Grab both of them. You will find more on other levels, but they are not infinitely resupplied.
What?
So if you're going to use them, you have to be strategic. After you've left this level, after you've left this floor, this room, there are a number of different ways of completing this level. I am going to, for this particular playthrough, I will go through the levels in descending order and show you what you have to do. On the next playthrough, which I hope you watch, I will show the quickest way of doing this level. Won't necessarily be a speed run, but I will show you the quickest way of doing this level. So, leaving the nurse's centre, we now have the stalker enemy, the leech man. We can come down to the second floor,
I just had a thought.
and inside the nurse's station here you will find a couple of interesting things. Unless George has already grabbed it, on easy and normal you'll find another handgun there. I would recommend grabbing it because
What?
unless you're playing as Kevin or Mark, there is no guarantee that you're going to get handgun, more than one handgun in this level.
I don't want to die! Help!
Right. The cabin in front of Kevin. That cabin there. Let's get out of here. That cabin that I was just pointing at before the leech man dropped through. There is a document underneath it.
What's happening?
There is a document underneath it that you will need to grab. However, there are also leeches in that cabinet that if you try and pick the document up, will cause you to go into the bleeding status. So, place a blood pack.
What's wrong?
And it didn't actually work, so I've gone into the bleeding status anyway. Grab this memo. Now, it's the second page that you need to look at, but right now, there's nothing you can do about it. But you do need to grab hold of that memo. Leave the nurse's station and hope that the leech man's not there.
What's happening? What?
We're now going to head down to the first floor using these stairs. With Kevin's health, I should... Yeah, I'm on caution. Fine, that's alright. Let's present the handgun to George, because he will need it.
Thank you.
We're going to go into this staff room on the first floor. Or the night reception, should I say, on the first floor. In here, and this is completely randomised, in this corner you will sometimes find a burst handgun. Not quite as strong as an ordinary handgun, but gives you a 3-round rapid burst.
I just had a thought.
In this room, you're going to come to this switch here, and you're going to flip the switch. That's all you need to do in this room, so you need to move out. You can choose when to raise this metal grate here, but you can either do it now or you can do it on the way back. I choose to do it now. In this locker room, you will find a couple of melee weapons and some ammo. It depends on the difficulty you're playing as, though. So up here, around this corner, one of these lockers contains a zombie.
Dear God.
So do what you need to do in there, and then move through into this room, the examination room. Couple of things to be aware of in the examination room. Run forward and hug the left hand side. That zombie that breaks through the window, if it grabs hold of you and you don't have a gun, it will pull you out the window, and you instantly lose the level. So you have to start again. Through here is a smaller treatment room. There is usually a couple of herbs in here, and some hemostat, which I could have done with earlier. But there is, as I say, there are a few things on here that you could use. There is, depending on the character you're playing as well, there is also a special item. You do not have to pick up the special items to win the level, it's just extra points. So, I am going to grab hold of this first aid spray. I'm going to use it. Then we're going to come over to this
They're not stopping.
to the X-ray board, and we're going to grab the card key level 1. It's then up to you which room you go through, but if you go into this room, you cannot exit the other door because the metal shutter is down. It also, if you go into that room, you'll also let the dogs into the hospital. The dogs will jump into the windowed hospital. So make your way back through the locker room and into the night reception, or the first floor passageway. Go through the door with the shutter that you either opened or are going to open now. And you will find yourself in the reception from Resident Evil 3. Now, the Leech Man's already here. So, make sure I know where he is. So I'm going to go back out into this room. Okay, I'm going to hang around here for a couple of minutes. Hopefully that's long enough. Sounds like it. So this is the area, this is the corner in Resident Evil 3 where both the zombie and the hunter come from. Somehow they managed to stick both themselves in there. So, anyway. Okay, now Kevin will shoot him. He usually shoots him. So I'm going to go back to where I was standing for a few seconds. And hopefully, give it 30 seconds or so, and hopefully he'll disappear.
Hey! Hi! What? Oh.
Hopefully that's long enough.
What's that?
So this is the shutter that you can open to get into the other room from the examination room. There is usually, there's a special item there. Once you've, if you want to go back into that room you can, you do not have to, and it does mean that dogs actually come into the hospital, as I say. In here you will find some leeches. There is a document, there's a key document that we need in here. So, once again, I'm going to backtrack to stop the Leech Man from getting hold of me. Okay, when you can, the document you're after, it's this one here. So, there isn't really anywhere in the hospital for now that you can be safe.
I'm not sure what to do. Stop complaining.
So we're going to here because it's the safest at the moment. Chemical code message. Now you do have to do a little bit of maths for this. So what you're looking for is you need to read this memo. Here are the reagents for today. As usual, I put tentative names on the labels. Please replace the names with the correct codes and keep them in the cabinet labelled B6. That's what the one where the leech attacked us and I was put into the bleeding state. Name, tentative, code, and then you've got, in this case, cerulean, emerald, turquoise, carmine, and ivy. I hope you, when you read this, you know alternative names for colours, because what you're going to look for is cabinet B6 red chemical code name, and that's what changes. Is it's either the name of the colour or the number. So you have to find the correct. You have to find the correct name for, or the alternative colour for the name. In this case, red. And I already know which one it is. It's carmine. I'm sure it's carmine. Two, three, four, five. Anyway, once you've got those, you can actually pause the game and work out what the code is, which is what I'm going to do now, even though I actually do have all the codes written down. But it wouldn't be a proper playthrough if I just went to the place where it needs to be. And then just entered the code without telling you how to do it. So in this case, while I've been chatting just there, I've been working out the code, and the code is 3555. There are 3 variations of this code. I won't tell you what they are, but there are 3 variations of this code. And 3555 is just one of them. In the doctor's station, you will find, you might have to pick a few things up. Antivirus. We'll use that. We'll take the blood pack. There's some great graffiti on the desk. My daughter's birthday is September 30th. That is another code that you will need. Remember, it is written in the American way, so it's 0930.
Watch out!
So come down to the basement, first floor, B1F, and come into the EV control room. That stands for elevator. Come across to here, place down the blood pack. If you place down the blood pack with the leech man in the room, you will not be bothered by him until the blood is gone from the blood pack. Enter the codes. So 3555 0930. You've now opened up the rooftop and the second basement. I would personally recommend going to the rooftop first, particularly if you're playing as Kevin or Cindy. On the top here you will find plenty of ammos. You will also find crows. The main thing you're looking for here will all some of the harder levels. On some of the harder levels you may also find zombies up here as well. But what you need to do is talk to that police officer, and if you're playing as Kevin or Cindy on easy or normal, he will give you a submachine gun. If you are playing as anyone else, he will either give you nothing or he will give you ammo. Once you've done that, depending on what you get from the police officer on the roof, come back down to the B1F. Grab the card key, or use the card key and go through the door. Follow the passageway all the way down here. There is a zombie nurse to your right. Ignore it for now. She is too slow to grab you if you keep running. Go through the door into the waste liquid disposal room. There are a couple of herbs here. There's also some leeches. So make sure you stay out of the leeches' way, because they are more dangerous than the zombies because of the way they latch on. You'll need to drop down into the sewer, avoiding the leech. Run up the sewer drain to this point, climb up, grab the key, replace the key card with it. That zombie, the zombie, if it's not moving, you can't shoot it for some reason. I don't know why, but you can't shoot it. Retrace your steps, making sure that you are fully healed. You don't want to go into the last boss battle with any sorts of injuries if you can help it. It's not the easiest boss battle. When you come back through this door, the zombie nurse will be in place, so you will need to shoot her. If you want a breather, stand by this fireplace. Stand by this furnace. Reason being is the leech man will not get you. Head back out, all the way back out. And you're now going to go back to the lift, back to the elevator, and you're going to drop down to B2F. Step out of the elevator and you're going to go across to the door in front of you. In the experiment room here, you will find both investigation request, which details some stuff from Resident Evil 0, actually, and another blood pack. grab one of the blood packs, head into the fixed temperature room. I will say this now. This can be very frustrating, particularly if you're doing a speed run. You need to place the blood pack in the fixed temperature room, but you cannot place it down too soon, otherwise the blood evaporates and you've wasted the blood. You have to wait until the leech man is actually in the room. The problem with that is the AI, particularly Jim's AI, has a habit of going into the fixed temperature room and standing there whilst you are trying to raise the temperature to kill the leech man. It has led to me becoming very, very frustrated at times. Hopefully it won't happen on this playthrough. Anyway, into the fixed temperature room. Stand kind of in the middle here. You now have to wait for the leech man to enter the room. You can go into the menu, you can hover over the blood pack. Okay, if, like George has just done, which is just walk into the high temperature room, on the right analog stick, push down.
I just had a thought.
As soon as George is out of the room, or an AI is out of that room, hit the high temperature button. Raises the temperature, kills the leech man. Before you go into that room, you have to lower the temperature. If you do not lower the temperature, you cannot pick up this item. Okay. Once you've got the B2F keycard, head back out into the corridor. So through this room and out into the corridor. Turn to the character's right and head all the way down the passageway. To this door here, and you open the door with the key card. You go through, and in the underpass entrance you will find health and some ammo. Now obviously I am playing on infinite, so I don't need to pick up the ammo, but the submachine gun in Kevin's hand runs off of the handgun rounds, so you don't have an excuse to run out of ammunition. Well, you might have an excuse to run out of ammunition in this scenario, or for the submachine gun. Right, use the padlock key on the padlock by the boat. Now this is where you have to make a decision. And it's normally Jim that does this. And people who have followed me know that I really don't like Jim as a character. You can choose to escape the boat. You can choose to escape on the boat now. If you do, and there's only 2 NPCs in that room, then you will leave the 3rd NPC behind. Same as if there's only yourself in there, you'll leave both NPCs behind. Obviously, having 3 of you makes this boss fight a lot easier. There is Queen Leech herself. This boss fight is a little bit difficult in that, as she is there, you can't actually hit her. You cannot actually hit the Queen Leech with your guns. The only time you can really hit her is when she rears up. Or if you want to get suicidally close, you can do it like that as well. If you want to do it the way that Capcom want you to do it, however, you have to lure the leech all the way back along this sewer to where there are valves in the ceiling. Notice the valves with the valve handle. Turn round, aim up, actually release a load of steam onto the leech, and that will do a massive amount of damage. Once you've killed the Leech Queen, head down the passage towards the flame, and the ending cutscene will play.
Now I wonder if the normal world ever even existed. Things are that strange. If I keep walking, can I awake from this dream?
So, that was a playthrough using Kevin. As I say, if you play as Cindy and you get to the police officer on the rooftop as well, you will get either a submachine gun or a burst handgun to help with the fight. Anyone else normally either gets nothing or gets ammo. I'm now going to play the scenario again, and I'm going to play it in the quickest way. I'm going to play it in the quickest way I know how to get through this scenario. I will try and describe what I'm doing, and you'll notice it's actually a very quick run. It's not going to be a speed run, however. So, out the door.
Oh, I apologize if I surprised you. Please.
This
do not be
cutscene is
alarmed.
unskippable.
I'm a doctor in this hospital. I must say that this hospital is not an ideal place to take shelter. It's not as safe as it may look or sound. I myself have decided to get out of here as soon as possible.
Follow him out. We're now going to go to the room with the handgun. So into this room. Straight to the locker. Pick up the handgun. Activate the leech man. Knock him off. Go through the door. Go along the corridor into the nurse's station, into the nurse's centre. Activate the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. Already seen it. Jump over the barricade to the chilled freezer, to the chilled area. Grab 1, grab 2. Health is fine. Jump back over the barricade. Out into the passageway and into the elevator on the opposite side.
I don't think so.
Let's just try to stay calm.
Down to B1F. And into the elevator control room. Stand away from the monitor. Place one of the blood packs, gets rid of the leeches without hurting you. If the leech man comes in, you're going to be absolutely fine. If you know the codes, you can enter them with, obviously without figuring out that code, which we know both of. I'm now going to leave here. I'm going to go back to the elevator. Go into the elevator, drop down to B2F. Into the room opposite.
Fine.
Run through the room, go into the fixed temperature room. To the fixed temperature area. And this is the part that can test your patience, because you can be waiting here for anything from 5 seconds to 5 minutes, but eventually the leech man will find you. So we will wait in real time. Shouldn't take more than about a minute, to be honest.
What's wrong?
There we go. Place the blood pack.
My life is shit. I won't. Come on.
Right. Oh my god.
Don't you dare, Jim.
Watch out!
Okay, hit the leech man with the high temperatures. Kill him off. Skip the cutscene. Turn the temperature to low.
Something? What? Tell me where the exit is.
Pick up the key card.
Yeah. Fine.
Exit this room. Go back to the passage. And all the way down to the end where the B2F key card reader is. So out of here, turn to the character's right, all the way down. Activate the card, key card reader.
Don't come any closer.
Head back to the elevator. You go to the rooftop to show you what happens if you're not playing as Kevin or Cindy. Probably got Cindy following me. Go all the way round. You get nothing from him.
Oh my god. Watch out.
Second floor. You have to go to the second floor to get to the first floor. If Cindy's still with me, I'm going to hand her this gun.
Thank you so much. It's over.
And in the nurse's station, grab the gun here, back out. Obviously you will need to pick up ammo along the way as well. You need a lot of ammo to take on the Leech Queen. Equip the handgun. Take out the nurse. Down the stairs.
No, this can't be.
Into the staff room. Quickly check if the burst handgun is there. So run forward. It is. Grab it. Turn round. Flip the switch for the shutters. Operate the shutter so that you're not standing around doing nothing. Turn around and go to the locker room. From the locker room into the examination room.
We have to go.
Remember, hug the left hand side.
Stay there.
Take that zombie out. Speeds it up. Grab keycard level 1 and replace it. Or grab the keycard level 1 and replace keycard level 2 with it. Back out into the locker room.
What?
Through the character's left. And into the passageway. Through the door with the shutter. Into the reception area where the doctors wait.
Oh my god.
You're now going to go to the first floor. You're going to go to the elevator on the first floor in the doctor's station.
Oh my god!
Remember, there is a doctor there, so take it out.
Watch out! Did you find it?
Down to B1F. When you're at B1F, I personally would switch to the burst handgun. Head towards this card reader. Gate will fall, releasing the zombie nurse. If you've got their burst handgun, it takes 1 burst. If you've got a normal handgun, it takes 3 rounds. Looks like Cindy's going to be following us. So that Cindy doesn't get hurt, I'm going to take the nurse out. Then carry on down to the waste disposal room. Down the step ladder. Down the steps. It's not a step ladder, it's a set of steps. You can chat to that guy in the corner. He doesn't give you anything special though. Up on here.
Help me, please!
Cindy gives him a good kick in. Right. You're now going to backtrack to the elevator. Picking up the green herbs if you want, which I'm going to do. And take one as well. Through the passageway. Back to the elevator.
Hey there! Oh my god! What?
Down to B2F. Out of the passageway, turn left. All the way down to the end of the passageway. Through the door.
There's gotta be a key.
Speaking of keys, unlock the boats. Before you get on the boat, make sure everybody is armed with a gun. So in this case,
Here, check it out.
and we activate the boss. As I say, you can only really attack the Leech Queen when she rears up like that, or unless you want to go and stand right beside her, then you can do that as well. Or if you're playing online, you can get one of your other characters to other players to stand by her, which will cause her to rise up like that, and you can carry on shooting her. Done. And then, as soon as she's dead, run forward until the cutscene plays.
now belongs to the boogeyman. Hardly any people left. We're not wanted. Fine by me. I'm out of here.
So, there you go. That is a full playthrough of the Hive, done in level by level, and done in the quickest way that I know how. And at 10 minutes 14 seconds, that's not too bad. Right, I hope that it gives you an idea of how to play that. I hope it gives you some idea going forward. And obviously next up I'll be doing Hellfire. I hope you can join me. I hope you can watch those videos, and I hope it will give you some idea of how to get through the hotel. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.